Hello, my name is Camila Pagang, and this is assignment number 6, video submission number 2. So, in this question, we are asked to find the volume of the solid by the rotating region that it's bounded by. So, in this equation specifically, we need to find we need to rotate the region bounded by y at 4x and y equals x cubed about the y-axis. Okay. So, in order to do this, we need to use the shell equation. So, the shell equation states that the volume is going to equal 2 pi times CD because we are using, AB times, as the integral tends from A to B, x f of x d of x. Okay, so this is our equation, and what we're going to try to do is find the values that are going to go inside of this equation in order to find its volume. And so the volume for this equation specifically, we can see it in the graph. Since we have that y equals 4x, so we can more or less assume that it's like about here, and that y equals x cubed, which is going to give us an equation that goes about here. So what we want to find is this value. We want to find this volume. Okay? So, first of all, what we need to do is find the limits that it is bound by. So, first, we need to substitute into these equations. We need to make them one equal to the other one in order to find one of the bounds. So we're going to have that for x equals x cubed, eliminate an x, left with x squared, and so we're gonna square root that, and we're left with x equals 2, right? Yes. And so as x equals 2, and we also know that since it is rotating in this axis, it is rotating in the y-axis, and we also know that x is going to equal 0 because it's rotating in this axis. So yeah, so we're going to be left with 0, from 0 to 2. Okay, and now we need to substitute into the equation, and we have that 2 pi times from 0 to 2, the integral from 0 to 2 of x times 4x minus x cubed d of x. And then we need to multiply 2 pi 0 to 4x squared minus x to the 4th d of x. And by the properties of integration of exponents, so x plus n plus 1 over n plus 1, we can integrate this into 2 pi times x cubed, 4x cubed to the 3rd minus x 5th over 5. And then we need to substitute the values of 0 and 2. And so once we substitute these values, we are left at 2 pi times 32 over 3 minus 32 over 5. So we're going to be left with 160 minus 96 over 15, which is finally going to times 2 pi. And we're finally going to be left at 120 pi over 15 is going to be the value of our volume that we were looking for in the equation. So as a quick recap, we can finally say that the volume of this equation is going to be 120 pi over 15 because of the shell equation as it rotated in the y-axis. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.